Mr. Reinhardt, how you doing today, sir?
Good morning, how are you doing?
Matthew Evdemon.
Great, Mark.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Mind if I take a seat?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, I know we spoke on the phone about 12 minutes originally. Is that okay with you for this afternoon?
That's perfect. If it goes over, it goes over. I have all the time in the world.
All right, that sounds awesome. So I'm just going to use a timer if that's okay. I want to make sure I'm keeping respecting your time this afternoon. So I'm with Athletic Propulsion Labs. We're a company that recently was sponsored by Lululemon Athletica, and we just wanted to give you a little bit more information. I knew you expressed an interest in some of the products we had, and that there's recently been some controversy across social media and a lot of the other common sports marketing platforms about our shoe. So I just wanted to come here today and just give you any sort of information about maybe if that's a shoe that Fitbits Atlanta could feature on their shelves in the coming months. So in order to respect your time, I'm going to try to stay within the 12-minute window. I'm going to talk to you about some of the products that we have going on right now and how I think it would be a good transition for your company, especially in Atlanta where there's a lot of suburban areas with a lot of runners and the amateur market. So basically, the first question that I wanted to ask for you today is, what would you identify as your target market, especially being in Atlanta? It's a largely populated city. What would you say is your main target as far as customers are concerned?
I'd say our bread and butter is probably the middle-aged athlete, male and female. We get a lot of runners due to the highly populated area, people loving the city. Also a lot of kids in sports, basketball, track and field through different schools in the area. It's huge. So we're definitely into the younger crowd, so it's a challenge for us to stay trendy, which is a huge reason why we're looking at your product. That's why I'd love to know more about it. The trendiness is huge, definitely for the younger generations, and the wanting to stay up with the technology is where we struggled at. So we're trying to stay in times.
That's exciting. Yeah, I'm originally from Charleston, so obviously we have somewhat of a similar target market. We just came off the Cooper River Bridge run down over in Mount Pleasant, so we're really excited about the work that we've been doing there. We're also trying to partner up with companies very similar to Fitbits Atlanta, which is called Fleet Feet. And kind of what I want to hit on today is a lot of what I said to them about what our shoes offer and what makes us unique. So the next question I had is, what are some of the common brands that we see that you're going to have on your shelves? What are the shoes that you think are going to perform the best in your market?
When it comes to the running shoes, we sell a lot of New Balance and Adidas. Asics have come in, they're slowly fading out. We don't see as much of a kick in them, basically due to style. A lot of people with style have a hard time with those. Nike's is a good competitor that we have. So basically your big brand shoe companies are really what we keep on our shelves and what people buy. So that's where the hesitation comes from with new products or new businesses that we haven't stocked before. But we can find that balance between the technology and trends, and maybe have a new spot for you guys on the shelf depending on how your product does.
Yeah, I think really with APL, in my experiences there and in our recent sponsorships, we're looking for the experienced runner, someone who knows a lot about running and someone who's willing to make a good financial investment in shoes that's going to give them longevity and durability when they run, right? So in our partnership with Fleet Feet, what we talked about is since we've been sponsored by Lululemon, we've attracted a much more experienced, a much more relevant market in terms of the type of people that are buying our shoes. And really what took us, and I actually brought a model shoe that I wanted to show you today.
Oh, yeah,
just
awesome.
Go a little bit in. So in our talks with our companies, a lot of the feedback we got is why is the shoe banned by some of these, the NBA has banned our shoe. There are other athletic organizations to be named that have also banned our shoe because they benefit the athlete, right? And as you've mentioned, you primarily service the amateur runner, and the reason that they ban it is because of basically the technology of our shoe. It's ahead of time. So what happens is we provide a shoe that provides a lot of lift and explosion off of the heel, right? And our ideas behind that were simply because the more lift you get off of the heel, the easier it is for you to pronate off of the ball of your foot, right? So that's going to give you less wear and tear on your ankles and your knees, and it's going to allow you to continue running that long distance, which is primarily the type of customers that I'm assuming that Fit-Abilities Atlanta is going to be tailoring to, right? So the more lift you get off of the heel of your shoe, the easier it is for pronate, and the less wear and tear you're going to have on the inside of your ball of your foot, right? So what we see is we're going to see less injuries, less wear and tear. It's going to last these customers longer, and it's going to make them want to come back and buy these shoes for other customers. So going off of that, what are the primary injuries that you see from a lot of your customers? Because obviously, similar to Feet in Charleston, I'm assuming that people come to Fit-Abilities because they want the shoe that's perfect for them, right?
Right. Yeah. So absolutely. Being a city, there's a lot of hills, especially here in Atlanta. There's a lot of people running on shoes that aren't necessarily for their feet. Leads to a lot of knee injuries. People rolling ankles, running on the outside of the feet, don't have the support they need. So being an experienced, a store for experienced runners, we spend a lot of time modeling people's gaits and the way they run to find a shoe that's for them. With the technology in your all shoes, we think that it'll be a great addition to the people that, they run a little farther back on their heel, can help elevate that, get the forefront, improve times, distance, endurance, that kind of thing. So that's awesome. And one thing that I didn't hear you mention that I wanted to ask, generally we sell shoes between $150 to $200. That's typically where people feel comfortable buying a shoe, especially knowing it's for them. Is your product somewhere in that range, or just about where is it priced?
So our cost price, meaning the cost in order to manufacture the shoe, is around $85.99. And then the selling price is around $179.99. I'm talking specifically about the shoe that we want for Fit-Abilities Atlanta, right? And the main thing that I know that was expressed initially over the phone and over email was the fact that you don't have a lot of rack space. Well, we're really only looking to bring into Fit-Abilities right now at least one or two shoes. And these are both of the shoes that we've been sponsored by Lululemon Athletica, and we think that would have a real spark for your store in Atlanta right now. Because with Lululemon, that the incentive that it adds there is that they're a successful business regardless of the shoe market. So people are going to see that and they're going to be like, wow, I wonder why Lululemon is making a shoe. I'm going to look into that a little bit. And especially with the amateur market, you're not going to have to worry about whether the shoe is illegal, whether it's banned. You're going to be looking for shoes that are going to benefit the customer as much as you do. So that's primarily the main thing we're looking for.
Okay, awesome. I did have one more question. I'm not sure if you brought it with you. I know we talked about it, but did you happen to bring a standalone display that we could maybe keep in the store for a little while to put the shoes on to kind of draw some attention to the brand and see how it does?
Yes, sir. So I brought 2 pairs of these today. You can keep both of them, have them on your shelf. You can talk amongst your other coworkers and keep those with you, and you can also run tests on them. But yeah, we're committed to making this happen. We're really trying to expand and tap into a market as great as Atlanta. We think that's a great city and a great hub for runners right now. So we're really committed to making this happen.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. All right.
Just moving forward, this is not necessarily 100% my decision. So if I know you respect that. We have a marketing team and people on the floor that I like to kind of collab with when it comes to introducing new shoes. So we would love to talk about it. Maybe get back with you, set a meeting for another date, maybe later in the week, depending on your schedule, if you're free, and try to get these in the store. Maybe we can shoot you some numbers, and you can get us maybe a quote on, how many or the price for a certain number of shoe, and we can start going with that and seeing what we can do together.
Yes, sir. And going off of that, Fit-Abilities Atlanta is definitely a priority that right now for our company. So whatever is convenient for you guys, we can work around that. We can tailor our schedule for that, because obviously we want to make this happen because we think this is the type of buyer this is the type of market that we're looking for. We're looking for people to sell our shoe that know about running, that appreciate the sport, the activity, and are a part of that culture, right? Because that's what's going to distinguish us from other brands, is that we are partnered with people who know that our shoes are good. Right. So that's what we're looking for. So just let us know what works for you, and we can make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you bringing that to show me and explaining the technology, and look forward to doing business in a second. If you don't mind, stopping by the secretary on your way out, and she can get a meeting down, something to pencil in for the upcoming week.
All right, that sounds great, Mr. Ryan.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for your time.
Thanks, sir.